Good morning, everybody. This is Mark Evans, your instructor in com151 Introduction to Microsoft Office. Welcome to the week 3 of our class. Hope that you're having a good time in the class so far, that it's all coming together and that you're learning and understanding how the class is working out. I want to commend you first and foremost. A lot of really good discussions going on. A lot of you are submitting your discussion assignments really early, which is really nice, and it really helps the rest of the class in terms of being connected and hearing what each other have to say, and just making the class better. So for those that are getting your posts in really early, I appreciate that, and I think that you're doing a great job. Overall, the assignments look pretty good, and I'm very, very pleased with the way the class has started so far. A lot of you are submitting a lot of good ideas and a lot of interesting things, and I'm enjoying working with you so far. In week 3, we're going to continue in our Microsoft Word discussion. In week 1, if you'll remember, we did Outlook and OneNote, which were really easy. We started working on inserting pictures in week 2 into Microsoft Word. And week 3, we're going to start working a little bit on research papers and formal papers and things like that, just to help you understand how to do that. I tend to feel like I'm an expert in that. I've been writing formal papers in school for a very, very long time, even doing that now in my doctor's degree. And there's a certain format and a certain process that you obviously want to use, and we'll be talking about that some this week. Now, when we talk about research papers, a lot of people get all bent out of shape. It's going to be so hard. It's going to be a lot of work, and it certainly can be, but with a little effort and a little practice, you can write research papers, and you can write other papers for academic work very, very well. So first of all, unless a teacher typically tells you otherwise, a research paper will have 1-inch margins all the way around the paper, top, bottom, left, and right. Very easy to set up in the page setup in Microsoft Word. Typically it will be a font size 12, and most time the font is a Times New Roman. So doing that right up front, setting that all up, is very, very easy. The next thing that I think jumps out at everybody is that we double space our writing in an academic paper. And that goes pretty easy as well. So just doing those few things, the pages, the amount that you have to write, it seems to go by fairly quick once we kind of get going. Most instructors will use APA format when you do citations, and citations are generally required in academic writing. Microsoft Word can help you with that. It has a section in it where you can pick your different types of referencing and fill in the blanks, and it will help you. There's also a lot of free websites out there that can help you with APA formatting, and I think of the Purdue OWL, and there's several there. I'll put those in on the online later this week, and you can have reference to those. One of the things too about it, referencing, that I like, even though it's a hassle, referencing is really giving other people credit for what they've written. So when you read that someone else said something, or it's not your work, you just simply give them credit for it. It doesn't mean that you can't use it, but you don't call it your own and act like you wrote it. Writing in references actually helps us when we have a minimum word count, because that takes up space. So when you say, I want a minimum of 2 or 3 pages, academically set up, use APA formatting, there really is it goes by really fast. So I think the referencing both is right. You're not lying or cheating or saying something that yours is not, and it actually helps you write. The other thing that citing references does is that it helps support your work. You and I are not an expert in a particular subject unless we've written a doctoral thesis, unless we've done the job for years, unless we've written the book. We may know a lot about it, but we're not in an academic world considered an expert. So by citing other people who are, it gives credibility to our thoughts and our writing and things that we're trying to say. Microsoft Word also does a really good job of helping you write up your bibliography, which has to be in a certain format and so forth. Now, depending on your degree, you may do MLA formatting, you may do, there's a variety of them, but the process is really similar. In Microsoft Word, you can very easily just go to references and look up the citations and those so forth, and it'll actually help you do that. So we'll be working on some academic paper stuff this week, kind of setting them up, showing you what to do and so forth. I also like the idea of the occasional image inserted into my academic documents, especially if they help explain a complex subject, because again, that helps take up space. So like in my doctoral thesis, chapter 2 of the 5 chapters I have to write needs to be no less than 30 pages long. And you think, oh my goodness, how can I ever write 30 pages? Well, by the time you start citing all the experts out there and what they've had to say about the topic, and by the time you insert 2 or 3 nice images that helps explain, you can use up some pages really quick. So we'll be talking about all that this week. I do want to commend you and congratulate you on a job well done so far. We have had our first Zoom conference this week. If you did not get to participate in that, the link was sent out. You can watch the recording, send me an email, let me know what it was about, and I'll update your grades as such. With that said, if you've got any kind of questions or concerns, please reach out to me. Email, text message is the best way to get me, and I'll see you in class.